Welcome to another discussion about claymation from Clausen, yours truly. We are going to get into a little bit about my processes animating stop motion animation and what it feels like to animate for long-term frames in certain parts of the day and even just a certain hour or two of the day. So whenever I did live streams for 2 hours approximately or 4 hours approximately on the main channel, it was done like that on purpose, to have a approximate 2 hour or approximate 4 hour stream to match up with the process I do with claymation. Now, what I do with claymation is a little interesting. Like, whenever I animate, when I said 12 frames per second, I actually meant 12 seconds per hour production. So 12 seconds will be produced in an hour, and that means that if it's 5 hours later, I produce a whole minute of animation. And that implies that I am going to animate at a rate where each frame, whether it's 6 frames per second, which is cheaper than necessary, 12 frames per second, which is average, 24 frames per second, which is going to be a little tougher, and 30, which is going to actually be very tough on me, actually. It's very taxing to do that. Not just because Dragonframe does it, and not just because Leica does it. No, 24 frames per second is going to be my limit for now. Or even 25 hour. But I animate, and I feel good doing that. When I animate for 12 seconds of animation for an hour, and I do that like 2 to 4 times or 5 times in the same day, 5 hours in the same minute. If I do 5 hours for 1 minute animation, I feel really good about it. It feels exhilarating. And then I just go about it. I'm like, well, what do I do with this animation now that I made it for 5 hours? I edit it for another 30 minutes, and then I add more stuff for another 30 minutes. That's 6 hours. Now, I'm not saying that that's hard. I'm saying that that's rewarding. It should be hard and rewarding at the same time, but mostly for me, it doesn't seem like it's hard just because it takes time. Whenever I said before in the other videos that the time and speed of making animation, whether it's quicker or longer, does not equate to being too difficult for the wrong reasons. If it takes time and difficulty, I understand, but that's an excuse that a lot of people animators throw out in the window. It'd be like, in many mediums of fields of animation, they'll say that animation's hard or takes time. And to an extent, they're right, but they keep throwing it around as if it can only take time or effort. And that's something a little too short on that one, for animation at least. But quality animation can take time, but not all animation should be quality, right? It should have value. It should have like that meaning and depth. So, but you know, I enjoyed making, when I sculpt props, actually, especially when they're not polished, I enjoy them anyways because I don't have to polish my props. That's one of my weaknesses as well. But when I animate my props, I'm not polishing them all the time, so I can animate them at a smoother rate. But when I do polish my props a little more, it would take more time. I rarely do that, by the way, not even recently. But I don't polish as much, so it looks rough, but I animate pretty fast anyways. So it looks pretty cool. I'm rapid pace animator, so that's all good for now, guys. Stay still, cover the move.